Hi there, this is a demo of the interior fading light circuit to be used in a car or any other van or sorts. At the moment it's running on 12 volts DC via a transformer, but it can obviously be run on any 12 volt battery. We've got two bulbs, the interior light and the reading light. Either can be used on LEDs or they can be used regular bulbs. Each can supply up to 5 amps, so you could have multiple bulbs and multiple LEDs or a combination or whatever you want. Both fade on and off, depending on the door and the ignition and the switching and so on and so forth. Then here we've got the door simulated where it's closed and it's opened. Now this can either be used for a door that when opened will go to ground, or when opened will go to 12 volts. In this case it's wired, so when it's opened it goes to ground, as I think most cars are, but it is able to use both by changing the jumper settings over here. Over here we've got the ignition key, which would be your main key in the car, whether it's on or off. Over here's the main control board, the reading light switch, which fades the light on and off for the reading light or reading lights. This is the main door control switch, where it's in door mode, or it's in off, or it's on. Where door mode, it'll turn on and off depending on where the door's open or closed. In off mode it'll stay off, and in on mode it'll leave the interior light on. So to do a demo of the door for now, we'll switch it over to door mode, and now the light's off and the door is closed. However, if we open the door, the light will fade on. Now it'll stay on until we close the door again, and then it'll stay on for a while and then fade off. So we close the door now, and we wait, and we'll notice eventually the bulb will start fading off. In the meantime, to demonstrate the reading light, we push the button and the light will fade on. We push the reading light button again and the light will fade off. So this we can use independently of the rest. Now we've noticed the interior light has come to the end of its delay and it's faded off. In off mode, obviously the light will stay off if the door is open or closed, and in on mode the light will stay on. Okay, so we'll switch it back to door mode. So wait for it to fade off. Although if the light is on for whatever reason and we turn the key on, it'll suddenly fade the light off. This is so once the car is running, the lights will be off. Okay. If we are now running the car, or driving somewhere, we've arrived somewhere, turn the key off, the light will turn on again, fade on again. If we now get out of the car and open the door, this will now take over and keep the light on until the door is closed, or a while after the door is closed. So if we close the door now, it'll stay on delay even though the key is still off. To demonstrate that again, if we turn the key on, this will turn the light off. And now if we turn the key off again, we'll fade this light on. And that'll only stay on for a while. So if we've turned the key off on the car and we don't get out the car or open the door, this light will only be on for a relatively brief time before fading off again. Just to check, yeah, door's closed, keys off, and it's in door mode. There, it's fading off. Okay. Now one other thing is, if the car's running, okay, which means we might be driving somewhere, or we might be parked somewhere, and we open the door, the light will only fade on half volume, half brightness. It will not turn on the full brightness. This is so you can still see if you're driving somewhere, it's just a faint light. If we turn the key off now, we notice it gets brighter, back to the full brightness. Okay, so if we close the door now, we'll delay and it'll fade off again. Or say we turn the key on again and the light will fade off again. Okay, so as an example, otherwise what other options are there? Yeah, so with a combination of these three, they all work together, four I should say. With that switch, that door, and the ignition and the interior light, they all work together as one, and these two units will work together as one. So that's basically it for now. If we're in off mode, the keys function will still work, as well as if we're in on mode, the key function will still work, override it, it'll still turn it off, it'll still turn it on. But now once this delay for the key mode's turned once the key's turned off and the light turns on, once this delay runs out, it'll stay on because we're still in on mode there. So hopefully that'll give you a bit of an idea about what this circuit can do. Yeah, any questions, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.